If Loren can surprise people, along with her exceptional ability to create massive emotion, boom, she'll be a superstar. And as long as she keeps doing it, she'll keep being a superstar. It's as simple as that. And I would love to see that happen. That's what I want for Loren. Loren. She is special, isn't she? I made a video talking about Loren and why I thought she was going to be facing some challenges on Britain's Got Talent. Here's the really important question. What does Loren have to do next to succeed? The truth is, I think she's amazing and I want her to succeed. And this video is mainly about what I think she should do if she's gonna fly, because that's really what I want to see happen. I want to see her absolutely fly and storm it. But if you're new here, you need to understand two really important things. That I am building this whole channel on a profound theory that the very, very best entertainment is built on the granite-like, rock-solid foundation of two things: surprise and emotion. And if Loren can create surprise and emotion at a 10 out of 10 level, she's going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal superstar, just like everybody else in the entertainment industry. And it's really no more complicated than that. In the last video, I gave Loren a 1 out of 10 grade for surprise. Loren got an 8 out of 10 for emotion. Her singing, her performance was just gorgeous. Emotion galore for that. Surprise, she got a 1 out of 10 from me. And people were upset that I was being very cynical, being very harsh for giving her just a 1 out of 10. Okay, there's something really, really important I forgot to mention. That 1 out of 10 for surprise, you know, she was the voice behind the big song, and okay, sure, that was a really big surprise. But the point is, it was just one surprise. It was a big surprise, but it was just one. Moving forwards, if she starts to sing her own songs, it would be brilliant if each time she performs one of her own songs, she starts out by saying, here's a song I wrote when, and then she reveals a little bit of the backstory and something surprising about the backstory around the environment that she wrote the song in. You know, this is a song I wrote around the time that I lost my grandfather to COVID, and I wrote it on the morning that my grandmother gave me a letter he'd written to me that she just discovered on the day after I graduated from high school. And it told me all the things that he hoped I'd become in my life. And so this is me looking back on my life and what I'd become versus the things that he'd written about me and the things that he would hope that I would become. Oh, imagine if she'd had something like that and she discovered it the day, you know? Oh, man. Oh, Loren, I'd be 1000% behind every time she sings a song of her own. If there was a powerful backstory with some big surprise that we were sharing, an emotional one, and you know, great, yes, do that, Loren. And now I'm all in favor of these big surprises. Brilliant. Anyway, back to the rest of the video. In order for Loren to really move forwards next, in order for her to really fly in the live shows, let me give you some examples of how a singer can really surprise an audience. Number one, in the live performance, you can do all kinds of things in terms of costumes, in terms of where you are positioned in the live performance. You can just do something that people don't expect. And this is just theatrics, this is showmanship, this is anything at all. Nothing is off the table. In fact, the wilder, the better. The more unexpected, the better. The more random, the more outrageous, the better. Anything. When it comes to theatrics and a live performance, anything goes. Literally anything, as long as it's legal and moral and safe, and you know. But in terms of performances, involve members of the audience, your imagination is the limit. Do something that the audience isn't expecting and do it over and over and over. And this has nothing to do with your singing. This, for Loren, has to do with her live performance. Now, as a musician, there are a couple of fantastic ways that she could easily surprise people and delight people with that way. Mashups. are an obvious surprise, where particularly if she gets to sing a duet with somebody. A mashup is a great way of taking two things that people have heard before, and you find harmonies that link, and you find parts of the melody, parts of the tune, parts of the chord progressions that you've never heard before, and you've never heard that they actually fit together like a glove, like a perfect jigsaw, and nobody's heard them blend that way together, and suddenly you create something new that nobody has ever heard before. You surprise people. That's the beauty of a mashup. You're surprising people. That's why they sound great when they're done well. The other one, and this is where Loren has the potential to shine week after week after week after week, is when you take a song in one genre and perform it in a totally different genre. Great, beautiful, stunning example of this was the guys who put together Cinematic Pop, where they took rock songs and they performed them with a symphony orchestra. And you can do this with any genre. Take an established song in one genre and perform it in a completely different genre. Do that, get the right songs, the right mix, especially ideally things that have nothing to do with each other, that don't belong together. You'll play around, you'll come up with some garbage, things that just don't sound right, but if you get the right blend, Loren could do a great job. Another way that a singer like Loren could really surprise an audience is to introduce different musical styles that people aren't expecting from around the world. Go scouring the world for folk music and different very remote styles of music that people wouldn't be familiar with and wouldn't have heard of or wouldn't heard of so much of, and start introducing that and blending it in with things that people are familiar with. And you can really, really surprise people by taking things that people have never heard before and mixing it in with something else. A great example. I mean, how many of us a couple of years ago would have expected that we'd all be listening to sea shanties until Nathan Evans just blew up on TikTok with Wellerman. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and YouTube Nathan Evans Wellerman and just be ready to have your spine just tingling. Oh my goodness, something that you would have never expected. Surprise is the essence of entertainment. If you as a musician can surprise people, my goodness, you have a way to be able to reach people in ways that you have never imagined you could reach people. And if Loren can do that, if Loren can surprise people, along with her exceptional ability to create massive emotion, she has a way of being able to storm away with this opportunity. And if she can do that consistently, doesn't matter whether she wins Britain's Got Talent or not, it's irrelevant. She's got a platform now. All she has to do is create 10 out of 10 surprise, 10 out of 10 emotion, and she will nail it. And she has a career that can go and go and go and go and go. That's all she has to do now. And I would love to see that happen. That's what I want for Loren. And her songwriting abilities, if she does it with her own songs or with just creations from blending other stuff together, doesn't matter. Nobody cares about that either. People just want to be surprised and moved with powerful emotions. And if Loren can do that, boom, she'll be a superstar. And as long as she keeps doing it, she'll keep being a superstar. It's as simple as that. I would love for her to do it. Love for her to do it. Oh, yes. I'd love for her to do it. Loren. She is special, isn't she? She really is. I'm done now.